Welcome back to On the Couch with me, Richard Wilson. Today's On the Couch lesson is 7 tips. Seven tips for better training. These are things you can do every single day to make your training more successful. You ever think, why do you keep having to repeat yourself? Don't you want a staff that is involved in the training? Don't you want a staff that understands what you say, that takes that information, processes it, and then uses it every single day? Yeah, we all do. But many times it just doesn't happen for many reasons. And we're not going to get into the reasons. We're going to get into what you can do better to change that now. Let's begin. Number one. Number one is very simple. It's identify the problems that you're having in your restaurant together. Don't just do them by yourself. Incorporate this into your training lessons. It takes 15 minutes to talk about what problems you think you might be having in your establishment, your retail shop, or your business, and discuss them with your staff. But take very good note. Listen carefully to what they say. And ask them, what do they think are solutions to the problem? Different way to do it. Number two. Number two is also just as simple as number one, but again, something we forget. Train about mindfulness. Being aware of how we behave, how we react, how we respond to the different situations and things that we are confronted with is just as important as what we say and how we think about them. Mindfulness isn't avoiding our feelings or indulging in them too much. It's understanding that each thing, each response, each reaction is a choice, and helping our staff make correct choices to the myriad of problems that we face. How you respond and how we react is mindfulness. And again, it comes back to awareness. Teach mindfulness. Number three. 1, 2, 3. Number three. There is a direct link between creativity and self-actualization. So, number three is train about that. Help your staff develop creativity in solving problems and in improving their service standards. What that means is try to think of new ways of doing things, new ways of talking about things. Be creative in it. Self-actualization means understanding that how you will feel at the end of a difficult shift or at the end of a trying situation is more important than how you feel at the beginning of it when it seems really, really hard and what are you going to say? So helping yourself focus on what you actually do, self-actualization, and how you feel at the end of that task when you have successfully completed that task, given great service, or helped somebody find something that they didn't know about. Through creativity creates number three and will make you better at your job. Will make you a better coworker as well. Number four. It's not the door, it's number four. Number four may be the most important. It certainly is one of my favorites. Number four is acceptance. It means understanding that if you have done your very best every day, that you should accept that and know that next day, at the end of that day, that you have done a good job, and give yourself a pat on the back, no matter what went wrong or what happened. Don't hinder the learning process by avoiding acceptance, and certainly don't hinder the process by not being honest. If you haven't done a good day's work, if you haven't done your very best, then be honest and accept that as well. That tomorrow you will try to do better, not just for your job, but for yourself, right? This carries on from number 3, self-actualization, acceptance. And even one step further is acceptance of others. Not thinking that you know everything or that you can understand everything someone else is going through. If it's a customer or a coworker, or maybe you're the manager and it is your workers. Accepting the faults and mistakes of others is just as important as accepting the faults and the mistakes that we make. Okay? This is how we learn. This is how we get better. Mistakes are not a bad thing. They're a good thing. They will help push you in the right direction if you are honest and forthright. Take a look at acceptance. Could be a good thing for you. Be alive with number 5. 5 is listening. You want one of the best tips to being a better trainer, to taking a 30-minute line-up session each afternoon or each morning with your staff and making it 15 minutes of real good things that they can work with. Be a better listener. Think about it. If you are the only one talking, only thing you are doing is repeating what you already know. We covered that. Number 1, how to empower your staff is to engage them in the learning, in the developing, in the awareness process. You cannot do all this by yourself. You need the team of workers you have around you to join you in this effort. And the only way you are going to get that done is by listening to them and empowering them. It's a valuable skill. You don't need this to do it. The only thing you need is this. Listen. Get 6 into the mix. Number 6 is a little bit difficult, okay? So I'll say it in a nutshell, and then if you want to break down, go to my website. It's down there. stafftraining101.com, or read my articles, excerpts from my book at the Staff Train, also right below you. Number 6 is mindful doing. It empowers, number 1, if you can go back, number 1, number 3, and number 5. But what mindful doing is helping your staff develop an understanding about the word efficient and the word proficient. That if you can focus yourself not just on the things that you need to do, but how you do them and the reason why we have to know about them, know who touches them, know who's involved in them, makes us more proficient at our job. And you can elevate yourself to actual mindful doing versus just doing something like a robot. Don't be an order taker. Understand that when you're having a conversation with somebody, the reason why you're doing it and what you want the outcome to be. This is a change and a shift from efficient to proficient. Try it. 7, heaven. We're near the end. 7 is the most important thing. I always save the best for last. 7 is teach attention. The single key to awareness, which is of course what I teach at my training school and through my books, the key to awareness is attention, or you might use the word focus. And when we fail, and we all fail, 9 times out of 10, we fail because we didn't really give focus. We weren't really paying attention to the big picture. And the difficult thing with attention is that you have to see the big picture and the small picture at the same time. Help yourself and your coworkers and everyone around you understand that awareness is the key to all great success. Your ability to understand what you do, what you say, how you react and respond to the situations and the people around you gives you a greater emotional understanding of yourself and a greater understanding of your job, how to get to that proficient level. Try this 30-second task, this 30-second game I used to play with my staff all the time. How many things can you remember in 30 seconds? 2 people play. One person reads off a list of things. You start with 5, then with 8, then with 10, 12, 15, 20. See if the other person can remember 20 things. Here's the fun part. While you're doing the game, ask somebody to come and ask them a question about something else in the restaurant. And then go back and see how you can focus on the question somebody asked you and the list of things that's being read off to you. Just like our awareness of what a 30-second time clock is and how many things can be done in 30 seconds, or our awareness of anything else around you. Our ability to pay attention elevates us and our service standard above other people. It's not fiction, people. It is fact. In conclusion, remember that from the time we are born, all we truly have is now. You understand what I mean? All we truly have is now. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is yet to come. And while we are aware of yesterday and certainly mindful for tomorrow, we must live in today. And that means that today is more important than yesterday. Today is more important than tomorrow. If we put too much focus on yesterday or what happened an hour ago, it will hinder our ability in the now. If we are paying too much attention to what will happen in 1 hour from now or later on during the shift or in the evening, in the afternoon, in the future, you will again hinder your ability to be successful now. So your ability to focus on the now, to accept, to understand, to help others, train yourself and help others row the boat, bail the water, or plug the hole. Either way, the boat needs to go up the river and everybody's got to be in it. And the only way you can do that is by understanding, acceptance, and awareness. I'm Richard Wilson, and I'm on the couch. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you again, and hope this has been really helpful to you. Send me an email. You can find me on my website, thestafftrain.com, or on my video training school, stafftraining101.com. Take a lesson, buy a class, $29, improve your life. It's that easy. Until next time, I will see you on the couch.